Hello, today is Monday, July 24th, 2023, and it's 9:20 p.m. Yes, I'm at home relaxing. I had a nice dinner at home, and I drank Huangjiu, Chinese liquor, Huangjiu or Huangju in Korean. It was a nice old liquor. But we need to also adapt new liquor and adapt new technology. Speaking of technology, we gotta be careful with new technology too. Viruses, worms, hacking, malware, spyware, adware, freaking, phishing, spearing, spear phishing, and so on. So I just pulled off this one from the internet, and this is my second reading about the common types of malware. I work for Korea Telecom KT, the #1 carrier in Korea, and also I'm selling or I'm designing or consulting customers on UTM or VPN equipment. That's right. So I need to be constantly aware of malicious threats from the internet for the computers on the network, for your network. So that's why I'm trying to read this short article to stay knowledgeable about my own industry. And also I am trying every day, I am trying to read an English article of 20 minutes or 30 minutes of duration. So here I am. By the way, this morning I read another article about the malicious malware while staying inside my car after parking it near my company's buildings, campus. So today I'm at home tonight. So I'll just relax and try to read it while walking from room to room inside my home. Right? So here we go. This one is from CrowdStrike, right? CrowdStrike. We learned the expression, such expression as wall driving, but CrowdStrike is a company name. So their website is crowdstrike.com. Cybersecurity 101. 101 means basic lecture, basic course that you take when you become a freshman in college. So this is a primer, introduction, basic teaching about types of malware. There are 12 most common types of malware. Kurt Baker, February 29th, 2023. What are the types of malware? While there are many different variations of malware, you are most likely to encounter the following malware types. Type, what it does, and real-world example. Type, ransomware, disables victims' access to data until ransom is paid. Ryuk, R-Y-U-K. Fireless malware. Fireless malware makes changes to files that are native to the OS. We learned that such malware is also called rootkit, right? Fireless malware makes changes to files that are native to the OS. Oh, okay, this is different from rootkit. Rootkit is a file, but fireless malware, it just changes, it makes changes to files that are native to the OS. Astra Roth. Spyware collects user activity data without their knowledge. Dark Hotel. So if you check in or stay at dark hotel, all the activities and information is collected by spyware. Adware serves unwanted advertisements. Firewall, Trojans, disguises itself as a desirable code. Emotet, worms spreads through a network by replicating itself. Stuxnet, rootkits, gives hackers remote control of a victim's device. Sachinlo, keyloggers, monitors users' keystrokes. Olympic Vision, keyloggers, bots, launches a broad flood of attacks. EchoBot, a broad flood of attacks, bots, keyloggers, rootkits. Mobile malware infects mobile devices. Triada, Wiper malware erases user data beyond recoverability. Whispergate, Below, we describe how they work and provide real-world examples of each. A ransomware. A ransomware is software that uses encryption to disable a target's access to its data until a ransom is paid. The victim organization is rendered partially or totally unable to operate until it pays. But there is no guarantee that payment will result in the necessary decryption key, or that the decryption key provided will function properly. So most of the times, our customers, they just delete the entire affected files. Example of ransom letter. Ransomware example. This year, the city of Baltimore was hit by a type of ransomware named Robinhood, which halted all city activities, including tax collection, property transfers, and the government email for weeks. This attack has cost the city more than $80 million so far, and the costs continue to accrue. The same type of malware was used against the city of Atlanta in 2018, resulting in costs of $17 million. 2. Fireless malware. Fireless malware doesn't install anything initially. Instead, it makes changes to files that are native to the operating system, such as PowerShell or WMI. Because the operating system recognizes the edited files as legitimate, a fireless attack is not caught by antivirus software. And because these attacks are stealthy, they are up to 10 times more successful than traditional malware attacks. Fireless malware example. Astaroth is a fireless malware campaign that spammed users with links to a .lnk shortcut file. When users download the file, a WMIC tool was launched, along with a number of other legitimate Windows tools. These tools downloaded additional code that was executed only in memory, leaving no evidence that could be detected by vulnerability scanners. Then the attacker downloaded and ran a Trojan that stole credentials and uploaded them to a remote server. Trojan that stole credentials. Then the attacker downloaded and ran a Trojan that stole credentials. These tools downloaded additional code that was executed only in memory, leaving no evidence that could be detected by vulnerability scanners. Vulnerability scanners, yes, vulnerability scanners executed only in memory. Astraroth is a fireless malware campaign that spammed users with links to a .lnk shortcut file. When users downloaded the file, a WMIC tool was launched, along with a number of other legitimate Windows tools. These tools downloaded additional code that was executed only in memory, leaving no evidence that could be detected by vulnerability scanners. Then the attacker downloaded and ran a Trojan that stole credentials and uploaded them to a remote server. 3. Spyware. Spyware collects information about users' activities without their knowledge or consent. Spyware, right? Spyware, what was the similar one? Spyware, adware, Trojan, yeah, Trojans. Rootkits, keylogs, bots, mobile one. Spyware. Spyware collects information about users' activities without their knowledge or consent. This can include passwords, pins, payment information, and unstructured messages. The use of spyware is not limited to the desktop browser. It can also operate in a critical app or on a mobile phone. Even if the data stolen is not critical, the effects of spyware often ripple throughout the organization as performance is degraded. I think it's degraded, and productivity eroded. So degrade, right? The pronoun is degradation. So let's go back and check out its pronunciation for you, right? Damn, what happened? Yep. Degrade. Grade.
Degrade. 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 Degrade.
Degrade. Degradation, man. Degradation. Degradation. Here it is.
Degradation.
So different pronunciation, right? So I was right. Even if the data stolen is not critical, the effects of spyware often ripple throughout the organization as performance is degraded and productivity eroded. Spyware example: Dark Hotel, which targeted business and government leaders using hotel Wi-Fi, used several types of malware in order to gain access to the systems belonging to specific powerful people. Once that access was gained, the attackers installed keyloggers to capture their targets' passwords and other sensitive information. Keyloggers, Dark Hotel. Spyware. So you gotta be careful when you are using Wi-Fi. 4. Adware. Adware tracks a user's surfing activity to determine which ads to serve them. Although adware is similar to spyware, it does not install any software on a user's computer, nor does it capture keystrokes, keyloggers. The danger in adware is the erosion of users' privacy. The data captured by adware is collected with the data captured overtly or covertly about the user's activity elsewhere on the internet and used to create a profile of that person, which includes who their friends are, what they've purchased, where they've traveled, and more. That information can be shared or sold to advertisers without the user's consent. Right? Spyware, adware example. Adware called Fireball infected 250 million computers and devices in 2017, hijacking browsers to change default search engines and track web activity. However, the malware had the potential to become more than a mere nuisance. More than a mere nuisance. 3/4 of it was able to run code remotely and download malicious files. 3/4, right? 3/4. 5. Trojan. A Trojan disguises itself as a desirable code or software. Once downloaded by unsuspecting users, the Trojan can take control of victim systems for malicious purposes. Trojans may hide in games, apps, or even software patches, or they may be embedded in attachments included in phishing emails. Trojan example. Emotet is a sophisticated banking Trojan that has been around since 2014. It is hard to fight Emotet because it evades signature-based detection. Signature-based detection is persistent and includes spreader modules that help it propagate. The Trojan is so widespread that it is the subject of a U.S. Department of Homeland Security alert, which notes that Emotet has caused state, local, tribal, and territorial governments up to $1 million per instance to remediate. The Trojan was so widespread that it is subject of U.S. Department of Homeland Security alert, which notes that Emotet has caused state, local, tribal, and territorial governments up to $1 million per instance to remediate. Oh, let me go back to my dictionary and find out the exact pronunciation. Remedy. We know that what a remedy is. Remediate. I'll just go to the free dictionary here. Let's see what it has to say, man. Remediation. What the? Remediation. The act or process of remedying something that is undesirable or deficient. Remediation of pollution from the factories. The act or process of providing remedial education. Remediate. Yeah, remediate. Shallow. I'll just go to Longman. See if it has deep explanation. What the? No, man. I just said remediate, man. What is going on, man? Cambridge, American English. Remediate. Much better. Remediate. Okay, remediate. Much better. Remediate. 6. Worms. Worms target vulnerabilities in operating systems to install themselves into networks. They may gain access in several ways: through backdoors built into software, through unintentional software vulnerabilities, or through flash drives. Once in place, worms can be used by malicious actors to launch DDoS attacks, steal sensitive data, or conduct ransomware attacks. Worm example: Stuxnet was probably developed by the US and Israeli intelligence forces with the intent of setting back Iran's nuclear program. It was introduced into Iran's environment through a flash drive. Because the environment was air-gapped, its creators never thought Stuxnet would escape its target's network, but it did. Because the environment was air-gapped, its creators never thought Stuxnet would escape its target's network, but it did. Once in the wild, Stuxnet spread aggressively, but did little damage, since its only function was to interfere with industrial controllers that managed the uranium enrichment process. Stuxnet. Air-gapped. 7. Virus. A virus is a piece of code that inserts itself into an application and executes when the app is run. Once inside a network, a virus may be used to steal sensitive data, launch DDoS attacks, or conduct ransomware attacks. Viruses versus Trojans. A virus cannot execute or reproduce unless the app it has infected is running. This dependence on a host application makes viruses different from Trojans, which require users to download them, and worms, which do not use applications to execute. Many instances of malware fit into multiple categories. For instance, Stuxnet is a worm, a virus, and rootkit. 8. Rootkits. A rootkit is software that gives malicious actors remote control of a victim's computer with full administrative privileges. Rootkits can be injected into applications, kernels, hypervisors, or firmware. Applications, kernels, hypervisors, or firmware. They spread through phishing, malicious attachments, malicious downloads, and compromised shared drives. Rootkits can also be used to conceal other malware, such as keyloggers. Rootkit example: the Chinlo infects systems when users download a fake VPN app. Once installed, the Chinlo conducts a security sweep for competing malware and tries to remove it. Then it opens invisible browsers and interacts with content like a human would by scrolling, highlighting, and clicking. This activity is meant to fool behavioral analysis software. The Chinlo's payload occurs when the malware clicks on ads in the invisible browsers. This advertising click fraud provides malicious actors with a cut of the commission. This advertising click fraud, a cut of the commission. Behavioral analysis software. This activity is meant to fool behavioral analysis software. Sneaky guy. 9. A cut of the premium. A keyloggers. A keylogger is a type of spyware that monitors user activity. Keyloggers have legitimate uses. Businesses can use them to monitor employee activity, and families may use them to keep track of children's online behaviors. However, when they installed for malicious purposes, keyloggers can be used to steal password data, banking information, and other sensitive information. Keyloggers can be inserted into system through phishing, social engineering, or malicious downloads. Social engineering. We learned that expression in the morning. Keylogger example. A keylogger called Olympic Vision has been used to target U.S., Middle Eastern, and Asian businessmen for business email compromise attacks. BEC. Business email compromise attacks. BEC. Business email compromise attacks. Olympic Vision uses spear phishing and social engineering techniques to infect its target systems in order to steal sensitive data and spy on business transactions. The keylogger is not sophisticated, but is available on the black market for $25, so it's highly accessible to malicious actors. Quite accessible, man. Keylogger, but it has legitimate reasons, right? Legitimate uses. Businesses can use them to monitor employee activity, and families may use them to keep track of children's online behaviors. 10. Bots, botnets. A bot is a software application that performs automated tasks on command. They are used for legitimate purposes, such as indexing search engines, but when used for malicious purposes, they take the form of self-propagating malware that can connect back to a central server. Automated tasks on command. Automated tasks on command. It performs automated tasks on command. They are used for legitimate purposes, such as indexing search engines. Usually, bots are used in large numbers to create a botnet, which is a network of bots used to launch broad, remotely controlled floods of attacks, such as DDoS attacks. Botnet. Botnets can become quite expensive. For example, the Mirai IoT botnet ranged from 800,000 to 2.5 million computers. Botnet example, EchoBot is a variant of the well-known Mirai. EchoBot attacks a wide range of IoT devices, exploiting over 50 different vulnerabilities, but it also includes exploits for Oracle WebLogic Server, VMware's SD-WAN networking software. In addition, the malware looks for unpatched legacy systems. EchoBot could be used by malicious actors to launch DDoS attacks, interrupt supply chains, steal sensitive supply chain information, and conduct corporate sabotage. 11. Mobile malware. Attacks targeting mobile devices have risen 50% since last year. Mobile malware threats are as various as those targeting desktops and include Trojans, ransomware, advertising click fraud. We learned that it is called, Trojan keyloggers, right? Keyloggers. Downloaded keylogger, right? Keylogger rootkit. What is it? Yeah, keyloggers. Usually bots, they are distributed through phishing and malicious downloads and are a particular problem for jailbroken phones, which tend to lack the default protections that were part of those devices' original operating systems. Mobile malware example, Triada is a routing Trojan that was injected into the supply chain when millions of Android devices shipped with malware pre-installed. Triada gains access to sensitive areas in the operating system and installs spam apps. The spam apps display ads, sometimes replacing legitimate ads. When a user clicks on one of the unauthorized ads, the revenue from that click goes to Triada's developers. A routing Trojan. Malware pre-installed. Triada. 12. Wiper malware. A wiper is a type of malware with a single purpose. It erases user data and ensures it can't be recovered. Wipers are used to take down computer networks in public or private companies across various sectors. Threat actors also use wipers to cover up traces left after an intrusion, weakening their victims' ability to respond. Intrusion. A wiper malware erases user data and ensure it can be recovered. Wiper malware example. On January 15, 2022, a set of malware dubbed Whispergate was reported to have been developed against Ukrainian targets. The incident is widely reported to contain 3 individual components deployed by the same adversary, including a malicious bootloader that corrupts detected local disks, a Discord-based downloader, and a file wiper. The activity occurred at approximately the same time multiple websites belonging to the Ukrainian government were defaced. 3 individual components. Whispergate. A malicious bootloader that corrupts detected local disks, a Discord-based downloader, and a file wiper. Malware detection and removal with CrowdStrike. The best approach to protect against malware is to employ a unified array of methods: machine learning, exploit, blocking, whistle, whitelisting, and blacklisting, and indicators of attack IOCs should all be part of every organization's anti-malware strategy, right? Machine learning, exploit, blocking, whitelisting, and blacklisting, and indicators of attack IOCs should all be part of every organization's anti-malware strategy. CrowdStrike Falcon combines these methods with innovative technologies that run in the cloud for faster, more up-to-the-minute defenses. The CrowdStrike Falcon platform gives analysts and threat researchers rapid and comprehensive malware search capabilities through access to the largest and most active repository of threat events and artifacts in the industry. The repository contains a 300 terabyte collection with over 400 million files and indexes, over 2 trillion events each week. All of this data is available for real-time search, both metadata and binary content, made possible within seconds by patent-pending indexing technology. Deep analysis of evasive and unknown threats is a reality with a Falcon Sandbox. Falcon Sandbox enriches malware search results with threat intelligence and delivers actionable IOCs, so security teams can better understand sophisticated malware attacks and strengthen their defenses. To battle the growing threat of mobile malware, organizations need visibility into which devices are accessing their networks and how they're doing it. CrowdStrike's Falcon for Mobile delivers mobile endpoint detection and response with real-time visibility into IP addresses, device settings, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connections, and operating system information. Want to see how the CrowdStrike Falcon platform blocks malware? Start a free trial and see how it performs against live malware samples. Start free trial. Get to know the author. Okay, we are almost winding down, and I'd like to know more about this author. He is genius in my eyes. So Kurt Baker is the Senior Director of Product Marketing for Falcon Intelligence at CrowdStrike. He has over 25 years of experience in senior leadership positions, specializing in emerging software companies. He has expertise in cyber threat intelligence, security analytics, security management, and advanced threat protection. Prior to joining CrowdStrike, Baker worked in technical roles at Tripwire and had co-founded startups in markets ranging from enterprise security solutions to mobile devices. He holds a Bachelor of Arts degree from the University of Washington and is now based in Boston, Massachusetts. Wow, he's a nice guy. He's a very good leader. I think he has 25 years of experience in senior leadership, and he has the Bachelor of Arts degree from University of Washington. Maybe Kurt is of the same age as me. Hey Kurt, if you do have a position for me, don't hesitate to contact me. You can contact me via YouTube or whatever. I am available on Facebook too. I would be happy to meet you and see what kind of business we can do together, or in what area I can help you with things, right? So this one was by Kurt Baker. He's a nice guy. Before I go, I'll just go over the malicious malware types. Then I will try to recite what I've learned from this article, right? So here, ransomware, fileless malware, spyware, adware, trojans, worms, rootkits, keyloggers, bots, mobile malware, wiper malware, mobile malware, bots, keyloggers, rootkits, worms, trojans, adware, spyware, fileless malware, ransomware, right? Receive the cut of premium, right? The repository, IOCs, intrusion, I don't know, detection, whatever. encryption, ransomware, screen lockers, scareware. What? I skip that. Ooh, I missed that, right? Oh, sorry, I just tapped on the wrong link. Ransomware, software, and yeah, signature-based detection, right? Link, algorithm to remote server, spyware, keyloggers, adware, firewall, Trojan, Emotet, Homeland Security, worms, DDoS attacks, uranium enrichment process, virus, rootkits, Zerkino, right? Botnet, right? Botnet, network of bots, IoT attack, EchoBot, mobile malware, triada, pre-installed, wiper malware. It wipes down every software. Malware detection removal with a CrowdStrike. This article is by Kurt Baker. Unified array of methods, machine learning, exploit blocking, whitelisting and blacklisting, and indicators of attack, IOCs. Indicators of attack. A Falcon Sandbox, Threat Sandbox. Well, that's it. Kurt Baker, he's a nice guy. Everybody have a wonderful day. But before I go, CrowdStrike is based in where? Okay, so that's it. Thanks for listening. Take care. Bye-bye.